Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the sociological explanation of the culture of prejudice theory. Prejudice is a preconceived, usually negative judgment or attitude toward a group or its members based on stereotypes rather than actual experience or evidence. The culture of prejudice theory examines how stereotypes are embedded within our culture and society. It includes the idea that biases and stereotypes are built into the social structure of society, influencing the way people think and act, often without even realizing it. Think of it this way: we aren't born prejudiced. Instead, we absorb and learn messages from society and culture at large, social environments, and our social surroundings. This even includes casual conversations that influence how we see diverse groups of people. Sociologist Herbert Blumer argued that prejudice isn't just about individuals, it is a social phenomenon. It can be understood as the larger social or cultural environment that normalizes bias. Historian George Fredrickson argued that prejudice and racism are deeply embedded in cultural traditions, institutions, and national identities, and not just political and economic factors. People are exposed to and learn to adopt prejudicial beliefs in many ways. Social media platforms and algorithms push content that reflects dominant perspectives, while suppressing, othering, and tokenizing marginalized voices. Memes and jokes circulate stereotypes under the guise of humor, normalizing biased worldviews. The mass media includes movies, TV shows, music videos, and news reinforce stereotypes. For example, in action movies, criminals are more often portrayed as people of color when compared to heroes who are often white. This shapes perceptions of who is dangerous and who is trustworthy. Films and TV often cast people of color in secondary or stereotype roles, reinforcing associations between whiteness and leadership, intelligence, or desirability. The advertising and marketing culture tends to feature lighter skin tones and Eurocentric features, teaching cultural standards of attractiveness. Marketing that labels ethnic products into separate categories reinforces who is considered the default consumer. In the workplace, professionalism is often coded around white middle-class norms, including language, dress, and demeanor, giving the impression that conformity to these standards is necessary to be respected. What is part of the educational curriculum in schools and what is left out influences an understanding of race, gender, and social class, sexuality. For example, history books tend to focus on the achievements of the dominant groups while leaving out or downplaying the struggles of marginalized communities. School curriculum also often centers on European and American achievements while minimizing contributions from non-white cultures. Politicians use polarizing rhetoric like law and order or real Americans to evoke racial or cultural stereotypes without naming them explicitly. Policies framed as protecting values or upholding traditions often rest on prejudicial assumption about whose culture deserves protection. Prejudicial beliefs are both overtly and subtly expressed in communication and everyday conversations. Here are just a few examples. You are so articulate. Where are you really from? You don't look gay. You're not like other women or other men. You're pretty for your age. I don't see color. That's so ghetto. Don't be so emotional. You people are always so fill in the blank. I can't keep up with all these new gender terms. Children hear adults using coded language such as nice neighborhood or that type of school that conveys racial or class bias indirectly. Peer groups reinforce gender or sexuality norms through teasing and exclusion. As we could see, prejudicial beliefs are embedded in the social structure of society and replicated in everyday interactions. By understanding that prejudice isn't just an individual issue, but a larger cultural social force, You can recognize and challenge biases in social institutions, settings, and in everyday conversations and interactions. This goes a long way in helping build a more fair, equal, and just society and communities. And that makes sociology worth exploring further, don't you think? Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.